Hi guys, today's video is about chapter 187 of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, which focuses on the battle between Nasiens and Diodora, potentially revealing who emerged victorious. You'll see why I say potentially. So let's get started. The chapter picks up where we left off, with Nasiens being struck by his own attack after it was reflected by Diodora's magic. Meanwhile, the two beasts are still hunting him. Just as they close in, Nasiens manages to control his spirit spear, striking both creatures and landing another hit. However, the attack is once again reflected. No one in the audience understands how this ability works, not even Gauther, who is disguised as Capardonich. He comments that it's different from full counter, the technique he witnessed from meliodas. As if that weren't enough, Diodora's leather armor, which allows him to survive the Purgatory's miasma, regenerates itself. He explains that while the armor lacks defense, it perfectly complements his magic, which allows him to summon a portal to Purgatory. Confused, Nasiens demands to know what exactly Diodora did to him. So he responds, "You just stabbed me in the shoulder and leg, that's all." This leaves everyone even more puzzled, as no one can grasp what's happening. For the first time, Ironside's son opens up about his trauma, revealing that Rothis and Turret tried to kill him. In both cases, however, their attacks were turned back on them, resulting in their deaths. So Nasien sympathizes, understanding the pain of betrayal, but Diodora merely mocks his fallen enemies, confidently stating that wherever they are now, they must regret what they did. After all, their magic now belongs to him. This raises an interesting question. Does Diodora's ability only allow him to steal magical abilities, or does it also enhance his overall power, serving as a fuel boost for sustaining magic longer? I believe it's the latter, which makes his ability even more overpowered. At this point, he finally reveals the name of his magic, Despair, as Gawain comments that it feels more like a curse than a spell. So Diodora continues taunting Nasiens, claiming he's no longer as mobile and that he'll finish the fight immediately. Nasiens, however, tries to reason with him, saying he understands the pain of not being able to trust others, but that there are still people worth believing in. However, Nasiens' foe isn't swayed by mere words. He moves into attack, but Nasiens blocks the strike, and more importantly, his arm is now fully healed because of Percival, not the person, but Nasien's healing medicine, which he named after his friend. Thanks to it, he's back in the fight, determined to stand his ground. The two clash, exchanging sword strikes, while Diodora declares he'll eliminate Nasiens and then use his magic to finish off Percival as well. This only fuels Nasien's resolve, leading him to land a solid hit on his opponent's cheek. Yet again, the attack is reflected, and realizing that direct attacks are futile, Nasien shifts his strategy to using venom. He activates Mixed Venom, Misty Rain Belladonna, and for a brief moment, it appears to be effective. However, his adversary quickly recovers, and Nasien finds himself running out of options. Still, he notices something crucial. While the venom's effect was short-lived, it did work, indicating that Diodora's resistance isn't absolute. His defenses seem weaker against elements outside of Purgatory's miasma. Seizing the opportunity, Nasiens rushes forward, easily deflects Diodora's attack, and uses Needle, Blood Skull. The attack appears to immobilize Diodora, perhaps even killing him. Percival senses his heart stopping, and Beltrite is also shocked. However, the move is reflected once more, instantly taking down Nasiens and seemingly granting Diodora the victory. That said, I don't think Nasiens is dead. Since the attack was merely reflected, and considering his usual approach, it's unlikely he intended to kill his adversary like this, so it's probably just a temporary effect, and he'll recover in time, though maybe not immediately. As for Diodora's role in the story, I've been wondering where he's headed. A few chapters ago, I was convinced he would join the main cast in their fight against Camelot. Now, however, he doesn't seem to favor or oppose Camelot. He simply enjoys watching the chaos unfold. Still, I believe he'll return and won't remain in his current mindset forever. Sooner or later, he'll realize that Ironside became what he is now because of Arthur. Once he learns the truth and sees that Percival's group is working to stop Arthur, he may slowly start siding with them again. At least that's what I think will happen. So, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and that was it for today.